What is going on, YouTube? Crypto for Change here. My name is David, and today we're going to be taking a look at another update for Algorand. A pretty big update, I would say, that's coming in the near future. It's going to be bridging another layer 1 that is very popular, so you won't want to miss that. We're also going to take a look at some other tools you can use in the Algorand ecosystem if you're wanting to watch some of these cryptos that are being created and just where they're going price action wise, just because they're not going to be out there on the main data trackers like a CoinMarketCap or Crypto.com and some of those things, or even a Coinbase. So I'm going to show you where you can find that, and then we're going to take a look at some YLDY pools and where you can be staking your Opulous. So before we jump in, do me a favor and smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content, and let's get into it. So first, we are going to take a look at the Algorand news that is dropping, which is Glitter Finance has received a grant award to support the creation of a cross-chain bridge between 5 blockchain ecosystems. And this news was dropped today, and what it says is the grant award will facilitate the creation and development of a cross-chain bridge between 5 blockchain ecosystems: Algorand, Solana, Cudos, Terra, and Polygon. So Glitter Finance is going to be the protocol that's being built that's going to be facilitating this, and they will be creating the bi-directional bridge between, mainly their biggest bridge is going to be coming out first, Algorand and Solana. So obviously, Solana has been red hot, even though it's had some issues being down and whatnot here and there. People still use it. So it is good to have that bridge and to be able to, in the future do liquidity pools and stuff like that with both assets from both blockchains. So huge news there. Glitter Finance specializes in the development of AI solutions on the DeFi ecosystem to transfer, which enables traders to trade their digital assets across various blockchain networks with ease and without the assistance of middlemen or intermediaries. So it's just making this whole future more seamless for new people to get into crypto and not have to have so many different wallets, and so many, have to know technical skills for so many different platforms, where if you could just come to one and be able to move those assets between, Polygon or between Solana, Algorand, and whatnot, that is what, the future is looking like. I saw someone tweet, Alfonso West, I believe it was his Twitter handle, say, 2022 is going to be the year of bridges. I completely agree with that, and see that it's a good thing. To give you an example, if you think about the car industry right now, there are some people who are dedicated. They drive Ford and they love Ford and they think Ford is the best vehicle out there, and you couldn't convince them otherwise. Me, myself, I love Toyotas. I think they're very, inexpensive, and they're cheap to fix, and they're very dependable, and they last a really long time. But, to each person, it's different. So even though, yes, we see Algorand as this amazing blockchain and we know it solves so many issues, it still matters that we can bridge over to these other blockchains and start getting some of the volume that's used there and bringing it over to Algorand. So in using that analogy, it doesn't matter if you're a Ford or a Toyota or Dodge, or even, heaven forbid, a Maserati or something that breaks down a lot and is super expensive to fix, like an Ethereum. It's to each their own. And so if people are going to use them, making those bridges so that people can use it more seamlessly and bring those assets over to Algorand is what we want. So I think it's huge news. And like I said, they're going to be planning on bridging making that big bridge between Algorand and Solana. So coming down, Glitter Finance will create a bi-directional bridge between Algorand and Solana, which will include integrated yield pools on both blockchains, allowing the bridge to become an investment platform due to the redeployment of synthetic tokens created by the Glitter Bridge on blockchain 2, which, as it is a bi-directional bridge, can be either Solana or Algorand, and then redeployed into the yield pools. So Glitter further aims to integrate a fiat portal onto the platform, so pretty much an on-ramp where you can just move your cash straight to it, along with algorithmic trading. These technologies will be integrated into the Glitter Finance platform to facilitate mass adoption into DeFi, and the ultimate purpose of Glitter Finance is to decrease the knowledge threshold and increase the ease of using a DeFi platform for people outside the crypto world. So I think that's another big thing. As these protocols are getting built and as we're seeing more adoption, things got to get easier. There needs to be a lot less of a knowledge entry to get into crypto for there to be more mass adoption, and I'm glad they're putting that at the forefront and understanding that making it super confusing and hard to understand is not the way to go. It needs to be easy, and just easy to buy, swap, whatever it is, partake in DeFi, and not have to worry about all the, jargon that can sometimes get, go over a lot of people's heads when they start to get into crypto and especially into the DeFi space. If you want to do more research, you can come over to their website, which is just glitter.finance. I'll link that in the description below. But they have a cool little summary here of just what they're about. They have their roadmap out, what their token will be called, their plans to have a test net and then to launch it on a public sale. And then also just going down with their bridges and who they're looking to bridge with, as well as some investors and the team. So I'm not going to go too in depth on that right now. I will say if you go over to their Twitter, they have this cool little picture that they put out. It kind of sums up everything as well. So if you're following on Twitter, you can go check that out there as well. It breaks down their tokenomics and where the tokens are going to be distributed to the team and with the public sale and all that stuff. And going back to their website, if you actually go and you look at kind of like what their app is going to look like when you're on their platform, this is right now, like I said, the Algorand Solana, but they are going to be looking to, bridge to other layer ones that are out there, Polygon and Terra. And then obviously here's just a little example, or I guess a test of what they're showing with the ability to just swap one asset for something else. You could come in here and type Solana, and boom, you'd be able to swap your Solana for ALGO as liquidity would be added there. I'm sure that's how it's going to work, similar to almost like a TinyMan. But super excited for this, and they do have the pools that are going to be coming. So just like you're used to seeing those liquidity pools on TinyMan that you can add liquidity to and earn APY, and then the staking pools on YLDY where you can stake your YLDY and earn others, or specific other ASA'S and earn more. I think they're going to be integrating that as well, but it's going to be cross-chain. So you're going to be able to stake possibly some Solana assets and Algorand assets together and be able to earn the APY as people are swapping those, or as people are just trading, or just even letting it sit there, be locked up, and earning some APY in yield farming. So super excited for all that and what they have planned. Switching over to the next thing I wanted to talk about is for those who are in the Algorand ecosystem. So if you're wondering, where can I go to check out some of the charts on these other tokens that are being created on the Algorand ecosystem to really just see what they're all about, you can come to tinychart.org. They just revamped their whole system, so it has a lot fresher and cleaner look to it. But you can come over here and you can see some of the top ASA'S in the Algorand ecosystem: YLDY, Planet, Opulous, even Akita Inu. And you'll notice here as well, they have the assets been verified check mark. So these are the verified assets that you're looking at. There are ones on here that are not not verified. Even coming over to the second page, you'll start to see some of those like Flamingo Coin, Loud DeFi, Perry token, so there are going to be some other ones out there, but it also gives you the ability to kind of do a little, checking out just to see, if you're a charts person and you like charting, you could come chart some of these and see if there's some potential to make some money on some swing trades. But I would be cautious and careful swapping or trading any of these assets on TinyMan, because anyone can go and create these assets and list them on TinyMan and add liquidity. So you want to make sure you're not getting caught in any rug pulls. But I do like the ability, going back to say an Opulous. Once you click on it, obviously it's going to show you the chart. It'll show you some of the information over here on the top, which is just the volatility of it right now, the liquidity, market cap, circulating supply that's out, and the total supply. And then as you come down, it'll show you the liquidity over the last 7 days. Now, some of these features are going to be removed soon for premium members. So I'm assuming they're going to start charging, a monthly fee or something similar for those people to have this. And it's up to you if it's worth it. At the moment right now, though, it is free, so use it while you can. I do like this part right down here. I'm actually going to move me out of the way real quick. But it's just the top asset holders. So you can actually go and check the top 100 and actually see if you're in the top 100 as far as it goes. I actually was in the top 100 for asset holders for Opulous. So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if this is literally every single wallet that's holding, or just some of the wallets they know. I don't really know where they're pulling that data from. I'm guessing Algo Explorer, but I think it's pretty cool just to be able to see where some of the top wallets are, top 10. And like I said, you can do this for any of the Algorand standard assets. So I just think that's really cool. And I like using it on a daily basis when it comes to watching some of the, some of the cryptos that aren't as popular, like a YLDY or an Opulous. If I want to go check Akita Inu or Headline or Choice Coin or ARCC, this is where I come to look at the chart and just to see what it's doing. Now, one thing I have noticed, because we're going to transition over to YLDY staking pools, is one, they did just pop in this new staking pool, ARCC to ARCC. So if you have any ARCC tokens, you can stake those and earn a juicy APY. Right now, obviously, this is coming down as more people are adding, especially since the YLDY to Opulous pool just closed. I'm sure some people will be swapping some things out and adding some liquidity there to take advantage of that APY. I moved most of mine back into the top one, earning more YLDY and ALGO. That's just my preference. I see the most value earning that right now. But still some juicy ones out there when it comes to Choice and the ARCC and XET with the APYs that they're paying out. But what I've noticed is when these secondary pools launch, so not necessarily the first one, the YLDY to an asset, but when it's the other asset and you earn more of that asset, each time, the last 2 times that's happened with Choice and ARCC, you have seen a massive pop. If we come back over and we look at ARCC, you've seen a massive pop in the price action. Now, obviously, you have to be ready for this to possibly crash right after. I actually bought ARCC when it was, right about here, right when the pool launched. I went and swapped for as much as I could on TinyMan. There wasn't a lot of liquidity there, but I swapped for as much as I could, sold right above here, and made about 500-600%. And obviously, it's crashed back down. But the similar thing happened if you go back and you look at Choice Coin. When Choice Coins got listed, boom, you had the nice pop-up, and since then it has come back down. So this is not financial advice, but knowing maybe what coin could be getting listed on YLDY next for a staking pool could provide some good, pop potential, or you to make a quick swing trade, flip, whatever you want to call it. I have heard Akita Inu is possibly getting listed. I've heard Fish tokens possibly getting listed. I don't know if it would be a YLDY to these or this specific asset to another one. I'm excited to see Headline get listed on here and some of the other, bigger, I guess you could say, ASA'S on Algorand, like Planet, Chips, maybe even Acorn, Headline. Some of those I would love to see, as well as some others that are maybe, lower cap. But nonetheless, I think that is something to keep an eye on. If you are someone who's maybe accumulating one of these tokens that hasn't been listed on YLDY staking pools yet, when it gets listed, if there's a nice pop, don't be afraid to take profit. There's nothing wrong in taking some profit, letting the market cool down, and then jumping back in, just like what I did with ARCC. I took those profits, rolled them into something else, and I'll wait and see if that one gets listed. If it does, obviously, if it pops a decent amount, I'm going to sell and put that money back into something else. It's just smart to do that. Don't get too tied into the crypto just because it's popped 2, 3, 4, 500%. Make sure to take those gains, because just like things always go up, they usually always come back down at least a little bit. Maybe not all the way, but a little bit. And it's good to dollar cost average in on that way back down. Leaving from there, obviously coming back to the YLDY, if you were staking in the YLDY to Opulous pool, right now you may be wondering, David, what can I do with the Opulous I've earned to earn more APY during this time? That is where I would say you can come over to KuCoin. If you come over to the KuCoin Earn, they did just renew the Opulous staking pool here. So if you have an account with KuCoin over on there, you can just send your Opulous 35.5% APY, and it's on for 59 days. There's tons of Opulous. It's only 9.26% full. So there's tons of Opulous to earn out there. So you could just send your Opulous from your Algorand wallet, wherever it's at, over to your KuCoin wallet, and then you could stake that and earn some good yield. And the good thing about it is, even though there is a 3-day redemption period, KuCoin does give you the ability to trade your staked assets. So even though it's earning that APY, you still have the ability to trade it. So even though there is a 3-day redemption period, you're not locked out. If Opulous decides to run and you want to liquidate and sell, you can still do that and trade within it. So just something to note. as you're considering what you may do with your Opulous that you've earned from, staking it on YLDY, and you want to, partake in something that's going to, pay you some APY. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick update on the Algorand ecosystem, some new things I'm seeing, and just some cool tools to use out there. If you love the content that's on the channel, consider giving me a tip in either ALGO or YLDY. Addresses will be linked in the description below. And until next time, guys, let's get out there and make some money.